to Versus Character Cards!
What's up and welcome to Versus Character Cards, the Versus show without the verses. In this series, instead of analyzing two fighters to determine who wins in a fight to the death via research, we are only covering one character at a time, researching who they are and what they can do. Kinda like a versus cheat sheet or respect thread in video form, as you could use the research in this video as a base for your own research in your own versus show. Sounds pretty helpful, right? And be sure to stick around to the very end so you can see which character we are covering next. But today, we have Jak. And Daxter, you could include him here, yeah. With them unable to continue making Crash Bandicoot games and the technology not quite there yet for them to rely on crunching their employees over the most boring third-person shooter starring the most generic brown-haired middle-aged guys, where the only selling point is realistic graphics, Naughty Dog needed to come up with another platforming mascot who could spin to buy some time with. But if you think Jak only spins, you're sorely mistaken, so let's dive into everything this guy can do.
Not so fast. First, you have to prove you can protect my little schnookums in the new gun course.
Red, green, blue, yellow. Long ago, all types of eco and the sages who mastered them lived together in harmony. But everything changed when the masters of dark eco attacked. Only Jak, master of all forms of eco, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he was right there. Which is actually kind of funny because he technically isn't supposed to show up till hundreds of years later. You see, long story short, Jak was actually born in the future, taken away from his father, put on this really weird adventure, and then sent back to the past so he could save everything, but also not save everything because it's like still a post-apocalyptic whatever. Okay, long story short didn't help at all either, but we're not here for the story, we're here for that mastery of eco, so let's take a look. Jak is already pretty good on his own, with a wide variety of acrobatic and combat techniques, flips, punches, spins, super jumps. But things just get crazier when you add eco into the mix. Green eco allows Jak to heal himself or even create platforms. Yellow eco allows him to spam a bunch of projectiles and fireballs. Red eco doubles his strength, and blue eco does the same for his speed. Going past Naughty Dog's history with the franchise though and into the Lost Frontier, there's even more eco powers Jak has. The ability to steal life from enemies, the ability to reflect their projectiles with just a spin, or even create shields that have spikes. Jak can channel eco through more than just himself though. He has the Morph Gun, which uses eco as ammo. With red eco it can fire like a shotgun. With yellow eco it fires like a machine gun, and with blue eco it can fire like a minigun. The Morph Gun can even use dark eco, warping the laws of gravity with mass inverter mode, or it can just clear the entire screen with the supernova. Jak could always just use that dark eco for himself though, transforming into Dark Jak, which can change sizes, turn invisible, become invincible, and even create shockwaves. On the flip side, to balance out this beast, there's also Light Jak. Light Jak has the ability to fly, regenerate health, create shields, and even stop time. If you think that's all though, you'd be wrong, as there's one more thing. If you want to bring vehicles into the mix, we gotta talk about Jak's car, the Road Blade, which is packed with tons of weapons of its own. It's built super durable for bashing into other cars and knocking them off the road, it's packed with machine guns, and it can even use eco. Yellow eco for homing rockets, and blue eco for boosting even faster. And, of course, Dark Eco has to sneak its creepy little way in there, as getting enough Dark Eco will power up these cars' weapons even more. And on the topic of Dark Eco, Daxter can actually use it too. He can become Dark Daxter, which is basically the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes, except not funny and he looks extremely stupid, so let's not spend any time on him. Throughout his journeys, Jak made a significant growth, not just in the number of abilities, but in the strength of them as well. In his very first adventure, with the power of Light Eco, he was able to completely destroy this building-sized precursor robot. But later on, he was able to do it without any Light Eco at all. He has some impressive durability feats here and there too, surviving long falls or huge explosions, but the big boy feat comes at the end of Jak 3. Here, Jak must defeat Errol while he's in his gigantic building-sized robot. Now what's so great about this? Jak has beaten building-sized robots before, while this one in particular was able to survive a fall from space, creating an impact that parted all these cloud formations, a town-level feat without a scratch. Jak here is able to damage parts of this robot that the town-level impact couldn't even destroy, so that's a pretty impressive strength feat. But in terms of durability, when Jak causes an explosion that completely obliterates the robot, he's totally fine. All of that in his base form without the double strength red eco upgrade, so what do you say, city level Jak? City level Jak. We can't forget his impressive speed though, as Jak just casually dodges a point blank laser shot from Sig. Now, just because it's a laser, we can't call this speed of light or faster than light, because Jak is still a considerable distance away, and he doesn't exactly move in tandem with it, just reacts to it and ducks under it as it's coming. Now, this was in his base form, but even with the double speed blue eco upgrade, this would likely still only land him in the relativistic category, which is still pretty impressive. Plus, he also has the ability to slow down time, so if he faces someone faster than him, it's no trouble. You'd better be sure to watch your back around the inseparable duo of Jak and Daxter.
I couldn't leave you, Dax. With all our adventures ahead, you wouldn't last a second without me.
Time for the conclusion segment. In conclusion, Jak and Daxter are pretty tough. In fact, they're even ever so slightly tougher than the last time I researched them in my previous show. See? That's the power of research. Never finalize anything, just keep digging deeper and deeper. Even though no new Jak and Daxter content came out since I talked about them last, I still just found new stuff. City level attack potency and relativistic speeds is a good stat range too, lots of matchup potential there, like Crash Bandicoot. Even though they're equal in stats, Jak and Daxter may win that one due to their larger arsenal. Or Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender, Master of Eco versus the Master of Elements. Jak and Daxter may win this one too. While Aang is able to rival their number of abilities, the different attributes and specifics of Jak's powers may give him the edge. What do you guys think though? Do you agree with these stats for Jak and Daxter, and what matchups do you see them facing? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's see who's next.
Next time on Versus Character Cards, it's Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes.